Hi, I'm Caroline Gow in the Baird & Warner Glenbrook office. Today I have the privilege of meeting with Max Stolyarov, who is the founder and CEO of his own company called Property Tax Detectives. And I invited Max here to the office today to talk with me about some questions that my clients have, and that is a very relevant topic, which is tax appeals. So Max, last month Forbes had an article that said only 2% of homeowners actually appeal their taxes and get their property assessed lower. Is that really true?
It is, Caroline. National average, it is true. In Cook County, there are about 3% of homeowners who actually appeal their taxes out of 1.8 million homes.
Wow.
So it's pretty low.
Why do you think that is?
A lot of people are busy with their own lives. They do want to appeal, but because the appeal filing deadlines are literally 30 days for each townships, a lot of people miss it. They don't know when it is, they don't have time to look for it and figure out where to go to appeal their taxes, and sometimes they just forget.
Got it. So if somebody has never appealed their taxes, what makes them a good candidate for a tax appeal?
Well, you should always try to research and see if you're entitled to the appeal. Cook County Assessor, you can actually walk in and submit your application and just file and see if Cook County Assessor can grant you the appeal and reduce your taxes. It's very easy. On my site, for example, at propertytaxdetective.com, any homeowner, single family owner, can come in and check their taxes and see how much they are overpaying. They can also contact the attorneys, property tax attorneys, and ask them if they're overpaying their taxes, so they can run the analysis. And sometimes they can also ask real estate agents for help as well, because of the online tools.
Excellent. Can you walk us through the general appeal process?
Okay. In Cook County, there are two agencies that handle the property tax appeal. It's Cook County Assessor and Cook County Board of Review. At the state level, there's the third agency, which is State Property Tax Appeal Board. Cook County residents should always start with Cook County Assessor. They should always file with the Cook County Assessor and see if they can get their taxes reduced. If they by any chance are not satisfied with the reduction, they can always follow through and go and file the appeal with Cook County Board of Review.
Okay.
If by any chance they didn't get anywhere with Cook County Board of Review, they can go ahead and file with the state of Illinois to get their taxes reviewed by the appeal board. This is usually a standard process everybody takes, from homeowners to attorneys, to appeal property taxes in Cook County.
Sounds good. There's a nice process that they can follow. What is the average amount of appeal that you've seen for your Northbrook clients?
It's very difficult to say. It varies a lot. Usually it's between $1,000 to $2,500 that people get back, but with a lot of new constructions, the amount of appeal and reduction can be quite big. Some of my prior clients got reductions $24,000, $16,000, and $13,000. So it does vary.
Right.
It does vary based on the situation. Yes, a lot of people are overpaying their taxes, and so it's very important they check and they try to appeal.
Got it. And what is the next deadline that Northbrook residents should be aware of?
Cook County Assessor is done for Northbrook, so there's no way to appeal with the assessor. The next step in the appeal is Cook County Board of Review. Cook County Board of Review has not published the appeal dates for Northfield, but on my site I estimate those dates. In my estimation, that's going to be by the end of September, the Board of Review will start reviewing Northfield homeowners. Yes.
Got it. And do you have any remaining advice for Northbrook residents that would like to take the next step?
Always appeal, and once more appeal. You can appeal if you're existing homeowner and live for the property for a very long time. You can appeal as a seller if you're trying to sell the property and you feel your taxes are too high, and you can always appeal and find out what's needed to appeal if you are the buyer. It's very important that you know what your taxes are and how much you're overpaying the taxes, and there is a possibility to appeal. There's a lot of options available to you. You just have to look. And our company helps a lot homeowners in Northfield to figure this out. You have to know where you stand, and then you can make a right decision.
Excellent. And your company has helped my clients both on sell side and buy side with a listing who may have not appealed their taxes, and you were able to say, yes, it can be appealed, and then I could market that in my listing for the new buyer. So while that seller wouldn't see the savings, it does help market the property, because if the taxes appear too high compared to the competition, then the new buyer will see that savings, and it might help pull a contract together. And likewise on the buy side, if I have a client who is considering a house but doesn't know whether to offer because the taxes might be too high for them long term, you can tell me whether it's possible to appeal and how much savings they might get.
Exactly. You can appeal on the buy side, on the sell side, and sometimes even on the buy side, you can appeal the property by engaging the seller if it's impossible to appeal based on the purchase price, and get the reduction done that way. It's always a negotiation, but it's good to ask those questions up front and know your options up front. There's a number of properties on the market in Northfield, I know based on the listings that I receive, that have huge taxes with respect to their purchase price. And it's imperative that people who look at and buy those properties know that, hey, if you like the property, buy it, but you can go ahead and appeal it right afterwards based on the purchase price.
Excellent information.
Yes.
Thank you for taking the time today, Matt.
Thank you,
I
Carolyn,
appreciate
for
it.
having me.
Okay.
Thank you.